Hey guys, Dustin here, and today we have the effing Scar. Effing Scar 17S. Remember, it means stupid because it's semi-automatic. This is a customer's, and he said I could play with it, and I did, and I wasn't that impressed. Now, of course, pulling it out of the box, first thing I'm like, oh, that's light, because the whole bottom half is just like polymer and stuff, so there's not much there. And of course, that was before we outfitted it with a rugged suppressor and, you know, your foregrip and your bipod and all that stuff. Customer wanted that on specifically because of the charging handle issue. If you've seen and heard and watched anything about the Scar, there's a big deal because this is it is a reciprocating charging handle. It's a take your thumb off charging handle. So when the gun fires, this blows back just as fast as that bolt does and back into place. So if you are not ready for that and you have a thumb up, which is actually what the customer did first time he was out here shooting it, it hit, and it hurts. Me, I'm thumbs forward enough, it hasn't been an issue for me. But I mean, if you have an issue with that, you can just put it on the other side and then run it like an AK. And so that's a good way that you can get around that. Now, when I was taking it apart, and it comes apart, cool looking break. But of course, I shoot everything suppressed. So you have that big honking bolt in there that you're gonna feel that recoil impulse. And these things have a tendency to destroy optics, especially the electronics and stuff inside. You can suppress it, it has a suppressor setting, but we put it on high speed and we were seeing actual sparks come out of your piston port here, and it was almost kind of concerning how much we were seeing coming out of that, even with it on the suppressed setting. And it was still pretty sharp recoil impulse, so it's a little more difficult to tune, but I was told you can get different jets that you can put in there and change it and tune it, but it's just more to it. Talking about tuning, the trigger stinks. It's heavy. Okay, it's heavy, and it's got a bit of creep. I am not too fond of it. To upgrade the trigger is like almost 400 bucks. And so that prompted me to think, well, by golly, we can buy a whole stinking AR10 for at least half of a trigger update. So we're gonna put the Scar against this PA10. This is a Palmetto State Armory. This is their third generation, the AR10. I shot out to a mile with their 6.5 Creedmoor version. Of course, this is 308 to keep all things equal. And just the price is just what blew me away on what it takes to outfit and run and accessorize and upgrade a Scar. I'm like, yeah, we could totally buy, well, 4 rifles, 4 of these for the same price as a Scar. Does it look cool? Oh yeah. Was it neat in video games? Yeah. Would I take it in a battle? Probably. But it's just not as perfect, and after playing with it, I was kind of like, it's not on my wish list, especially when I have a LaRue OBR. I would take that over this any day. So we'll just shut up and shoot a little now. Something I didn't mention is just the controls are pretty much all ambidextrous except your bolt catch. And I do like the pivoting mag release on the left side. That's pretty slick. And so just remember to keep your thumbs forward and you're good. What we're gonna do, we got just this vortex. I'm gonna put it on 5 because that's as low as the optic on my PA goes on 5. I did have to ear up though. This gun is still loud, suppressed. So end of story there. We're just gonna try to keep some on silhouette. Ah, gassy, but fun. Woo! That's gassy but fun and good. Look at the lead dust down there. That's awesome. So we have the same ammo here in our PA10. Now, something that needs to be mentioned is it does have an adjustable gas block. So I have it adjusted, not to this ammo though, we're hoping that still works, but to work with that Bushwhacker 46. That's that new one from Griffin. It's pretty cool how universal it is. So we're just gonna shoot at the same target, try to keep the same rate. I haven't shot this fast before. I'm excited to see how it does. Better recoil. Okay, I mean, it's still moving me back, but it's a softer impulse. Trigger's better, but it threw me off because I haven't shot it at all today. And my field of view is shrunk a little from that vortex, and so I had to find target. But besides that, It's shot softer. Before we move on, did you know that our sponsor, Sonoran Desert Institute, gives you the firearms education that you want from the comfort of your own home? That's right, you're going to be able to cover gunsmithing and woodworking and armor topics and more online, and the tools and materials are shipped right to your door. Pretty cool, so give them a call, 800-336-8939, or visit sdi.edu. Now let's shut up and shoot. 168 grain Angel Fire here. This is the Brownells MPO optic, and I like it. All right, if you're looking for something, this is the 5x25. They also have their lower powered one, 34 millimeter, so make sure you get the right mount. I did not expect it to be that big, but I love the bigger tubes. And anyway, it's shooting great. The other day, this AR10 did great, and the Scar not so much. So we're gonna put the same scope though on the Scar once we get there. I am not feeling my best today. It's like 110, and it's a little, my group's not going to be what it could be if we hadn't been outside all day long. But alright, a little more than I wanted. I'm getting a mirage already. Oh wow, those two shots hit each other. That's in the same group. And that one opened it up a little bit on the left. My first shot went low, and then the rest were in a nice little cluster. Something to be said, this one's quiet. No ear pro required here. I'm going to try that on the Scar, but I'm probably going to have to plug up. I'm going to switch this optic over, but here's the cool thing. It's just, with this LaRue mount, I just slapped it back on and put it back to 0. And so I'm going to do the same thing. I know my adjustments where I was the other day. I think it was 1.5 up. And these are mils. And I believe it was 2.6 right. And now we remount on the Scar and we're good to go. Alrighty. So same ammo, same optic. Remember, it might not be exactly zeroed. We're going for group and accuracy. If if that's marksmanship, we would adjust if we needed. But we're right at our adjustments here. Took the bipod off to make all things consistent. Trigger still sucks. We did not put the Geisley trigger in just because we're trying to compare the stock configurations. And it looks like I hit high on the green. I'm just going to keep same hold, try to see same group. Okay, good. A good group is right beside right now. It went in the bullseye. Okay, that opened up our group a lot. All right, in the bullseye again. Let's go measure. Yeah, that's right. Okay. My little ruler. So we're right at 2 inches with that PSA. If we take the best 3, we can get 1. This is the Scar group, and 4.5 is our big spread. Gosh, it's hard. Okay, if we take these 3 as our best 3, even then we're 2.3 inches. So about 4.5, that's what I've been getting the whole time. I have not gotten a good group out of that in about 100 rounds. That's about par. Now, it doesn't mean it can't do better. You find the ammo it likes, it may do great. And like I said, I've done better than this too. But if we take out my first flyer, let's just do that. That's kind of fair. 1.6 inches. And for a budget 308 build, that's great. And like I said, I last time, 1 inch. And at the same time, shot the Scar, and it was not. Do you remember? It was like 3.5 inches. Okay, my best group with the Scar was 3.5. So that's what we got. And so it's up to you. I mean, honestly, that PA-10's a great budget build. I've enjoyed it, especially when my first introduction to it was the 6.5 at a mile. That was cool. The Scar looks awesome, and it's approved by the military to be a battle rifle, so that may be cool for you too. Whatever floats your boat and whatever your budget does, just have fun doing it. That's all for today. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.
You see that?
Come on, Nussie. Come on, Nussie. I came in like a wrecking ball.
Yeah!
Oh, perfect.
Yeah!